Hey, welcome to Tony Tech, and I've got a interesting video today. I thought it's a bit of playing with live streaming and playing with different connection settings for streaming from Android. But actually, one of the focuses is just about playing this game that I'm really enjoying. It's called Asphalt 9 on Android, um, and it's a series that I've really enjoyed for a while. So a little bit about the software before we get in. Using Screen Stream Mirroring Pro on Android and VLC to stream on the PC. And yeah, let's dig in. So you can see me playing here. I've been dumbfounded by the graphics on this game, and I find it absolutely phenomenal. The game is a lot of fun, and let's see if I can win a stage. So one of the things I find most interesting about this game is the touch drive. So you literally barely have to drive the car. You just do whatever you need to do, which is choose when you're going to drift, choose when you're going to turbo, and when any icons come up at the top, you can choose to change the track that you're going to. And there we go. Managed to get through a win. I've got the game running in 720p performance mode, streaming to the PC. You can see I didn't get all the conditions met, but that's fine for me now. Okay, there's a bit of delay on the stream, unfortunately, but hopefully you're getting a bit of the audio. Unfortunately, something I've always struggled with is getting the audio out of Android game streaming. I know it used to work on a very old version, and we're suddenly getting our first adverts, which is one of the unfortunate things about playing these games. There are quite a few adverts. I'll just skip to a static background screen instead. The ads are unfortunately part of what I'm going to be talking about with breaking the paywall. It's quite an interesting concept. It's like, have I actually broken the paywall? Money is still being made from me, but at least I haven't actually physically paid anything to be playing this game. Okay, we're back here in the main screen, and one of the first things I wanted to talk about is to actually be making money in this game. Well, I suppose I can maybe start with how far I've gotten. So I'd say I'm quite far along on the map. Career mode's got 6 different seasons or chapters. I've made it to chapter 4. Well, chapter 3, so I'm about halfway through the game and halfway through that season. If we scroll back a bit further, you'll see how far I've come. I've finished most of these races, and that's kind of where the story starts. Doing all of these missions I found is a great way to get the cars, get your money up, and it's been really good. Some of the other things, there's daily missions you can do, so daily goals, and this is one of the easiest ways I've found to get the cars. If you are doing the daily goals and you're getting all the different card packs, then you can get the combo. Most of the time I'll save a car or two to do an upgrade on. There's a import part that you can do, so you apply import parts to cars, and you can also apply just normal upgrades to the cars, and you can play any race, and you can do that playing the daily events. So 3 races gets you all of those, and picking up cards from the shop. You get free cards every day. If we go to the shop and take a look, you can see over here lots of pay for content, but actually there's free classic packs you can get every so often, and if you really need, you can do an ad pack. And the reputation will come with doing the 3 races as well. And then you'll get a card that will get you towards having a pretty cool car. Currently I'm doing the Class B Lambo Asterion. I've got that already, and I'm just busy upgrading it. So some of the other things that are enjoyable to do in this game There's the daily events. So other than doing the daily goal, you can come in to do your daily events. It's usually the daily car loot is really good for getting hold of your DNC cars. Um, and I can show you one of these races quick. Uh, Always go into the owned view when I'm doing this, and I've got a DS Automobile E10. This car I got really early on. I think and hope everyone can get this relatively quickly and easily, and you upgrade this as fast as you can, and that will get you going. Any excuse to play another race? Let me do this. I'll put the volume up, and hopefully you guys can get a bit of that too. The stream is unfortunately a couple seconds behind. So the reason why I love this car is ever since I got it, it's been a monster for turbo. You can pretty much turbo through most of the stages, which I often do. You've got three options for turboing in this game. There's the stock standard turbo, there's the nitro turbo, and there's a shockwave, which is when you have a full bar and you double tap. So you'll see I managed to get those two cards. I already have these cards and have them maxed out as well. So these don't do anything for me anymore. You'll notice there the triple credits. Anytime I can get over 10,000 credits by tripling up, I'll watch the ad to do that. And I'll play this one more time just to illustrate something. So even though this is a relatively old and slow car, it's actually still one of the fastest that I have. So it's only got a top speed of 270. The best car I have at the moment has a top speed of near to 400. But you can see the acceleration, handling, and nitro on this car are off the roof. And what that allows me to do is nitro the whole time. And even though the top speed's only 270, if you actually come off a ramp, you can go faster than that, and then when your car hits the road again, it'll go slower. So anytime that I head towards the ramp, which should be relatively soon, if you can start a turbo on your run up to the ramp, you'll see 200. I went up to 320 k's an hour during that. I'm not using the shockwave boost here, so my car's actually going for an extremely long time. And if I can pick up, missed it. If I can pick up a boost on the way, that's great. And if you just double tap while you're doing the rolls in the air, you can start using the nitro that you get from the race to actually turbo. So you can see I'm actually beating all the speeds that I'd need with this car, but on these races, you need to race with the specific cars. So as you get your D car, you can race that and get these tickets every time, and that will allow you to get a C car. When you have your C car, you can race that and then get the tickets for the B car, and I'm busy trying to get the Vulcan, which I race with my B class car, and I get a ticket for that every day. And so being able to rotate through these, you can start upgrading your cars and getting the new cars for the new classes, so you can do more on a daily basis. And if we check the other one, which has been a big win for me, is the daily money. So whatever the credit heist is, you do that for the day. And you can see I don't have an A-class car yet, so I've been doing it with D, C, and B, and more often than not, I can get the 126, so I can get that one with my E10s. It's still the fastest car by far. I can't hit the 122 3-star time with any other car that I have. So once again, let's just get onto that owned view, and let's see if I can break that barrier. So a maxed out car is really powerful, and if you can use it in the race, it's really good. come back in a second. I want to talk about the tanks and how those work. But let's see if we can get our Tango in Buenos Aires. Seem to be staring downwards a lot at the moment. The stream's actually running like about a second behind, which is a bit sad. I've been trying to find something that will live stream, but I haven't had much luck. If anyone has any suggestions, I'll happily give the software a try. Casting hasn't worked very well for me. Should have been boosting earlier. I wasn't really focusing. So go into the spin as you're coming up onto a normal ramp, and then boost as soon as you can for the barrel roll ones. You don't really have to twist as quickly. You don't have to worry about doing your spin, and you can start the boost a lot earlier. In these credit heist ones, I find like being first isn't necessarily always what you're gunning for. No, I'll never get the time now. What I do hate about these stages is the police cars are very unpredictable, so you never know what's going to happen. I did not have a lot of speed there. Okay, live demos, never great. But let's just finish off the race and see how I do. So spinning helps a lot. Getting to smash cars that are in the way helps a lot. Your double boost and micro, the shockwave boost, they will both take out quite a lot of cars. So you don't have to worry about hitting the cars too hard to actually take them out. I'm running very far behind here. Yeah, I lost a good 7 or 8 seconds on the initial run. So quite often you'll be using the best car that you can. It's not worth watching an ad for 1,300 gold. So yeah, quite often you'll be using the best car that you can for each of the scenarios. And okay, I'm getting a lot of ads. That's maybe another thing. The more often you're selecting ads, the less ads you may actually see coming up without any advantage to you. I'm just trying to finish that ad. There we go, back in the game. And if I go back, you'll see the fuel tank. So if I'm using the best car that I have for every race, my fuel tanks will be depleting, and they do come back over time, but only if you've completely used them. So you'll see I have 2 remaining tanks here, and the refill will take 15 minutes for this car. As it goes up quite a lot, but it will only refill once the car is actually empty. So it's quite important to make sure those are empty, and then usually overnight you'll get a full recharge for the car as well. Let's see, I did start a club hoping that people would be able to join here. I had no one in my club, but I couldn't join any clubs, so I thought I'd start my own one, and that way I have actually got some advantages. I got this milestone over here of 10,000 club reputation, I thought. Must have been one of the others. So I managed to unlock a card pack, which was quite cool to get. There's club leaderboards. I am 14,207, but that's mostly because I don't have any members. So anyone looking for a clan to join, you're free to join the Fire Riders with hashtag F5FFD. I'll happily add anyone at this point, and you'll get the advantage of the reputation that I'm building, as well as the club garage, which we will combine together. Some of the cars that I have, I'll show you some of the more fun ones that I've been driving. I mentioned this car, the DS Automobiles DSE10. This is a very cool car. I'm guessing it's an electric, and that's the reason that the stats are so off the charts with this. So the top speed's the problem, but as long as you're on a stage with a lot of jumps, you can actually leverage that quite easily. Some of the others that were fun to drive, this Volkswagen SL Sports concept was a good ride. Like I said, I only upgrade the cars when I feel like I need them. So I try to have a couple fully upgraded cars, um, and follow my own advice, go to only the ones I own. You'll see a lot of these are sitting at very low levels. So on a daily basis, I'll just pump a relatively cheap upgrade onto one of these. My Class C cars, the first one I got, and you'll see it's the Max. It's that Challenger SRT8 that was coming from the daily challenges. That's pretty much close to fully maxed out. And then the Lotus Evora Sport 410. I got this recently. This is a very cool car as well. It wins a lot of the C-class races for me. And recently I started using the Mercedes AMG, which I also got quite recently, and I've been upgrading as and when I need it. Sometimes you'll be playing like specific seasons, they call them, and then you'll need like a specific brand of car. So the Mercedes ones, they'll slowly ramp you through the Mercedes cars. And a good time to upgrade is whenever you actually need the car. The Porsche was fun to get, and I've upgraded it a lot because it was used for a couple races. The DB11's a fun car to drive, but actually the Stereon, which I got for free from the daily missions, has been really, really quick and fun to play. And if we run back again, and that's pretty much what I've got for now. If I want to see the tickets that I'm already owning for cars, I can bring all the cars back in, and you'll see there are some A cars that I'm building towards. The Vulcan, which you get a free ticket per day for, is quite cool. And the LaFerraris, normally at the end of every season, you'll get a ticket for that as well. If cars are few and far between for me, there's a couple tickets sitting on these. I hope to get one at some point without paying for them. That might be problematic. In the shop, quite often you can buy tickets. So daily, the shop gets refreshed for certain things. So like I said, you take your free classic pack as often as you can. I don't buy the parts very often from the shop because I don't need them. They cost quite a bit of money. And you can get them from usually any sort of daily race or the multiplayers or I think they call them seasonal races. I'll show you one of those in a second. So what you do is if there's a car that you're hunting down and you've got a lot of tickets for, you can buy a couple tickets from the shop just to get you over the line. And you'll see here something like this. This car over here, I believe I need it for one of the first seasons that I want to finish, and that'll cost me 20,000. That maybe runs into something I can show, which is I have not finished everything in every season. So if I go into my career and play, you can see I finished the first season, and you don't have to. Some of these side ones, like you don't really need to buy. You just need to find your route through the main path. So you'll see over here, I've got 21 out of 22, and the reason that I can't play this is because I don't have the car. I've never seen this Shelby GT 350R really needed for anything. I've got 7 out of the 20 tickets, but I can see that it's going to be almost fully upgraded on level 1, and I'm going to need to get those blueprints as well. So for one ticket, I'm not going to go through that pain and effort. And over here with this full throttle, unfortunately I don't have the 2 cars that I need to unlock to get further in this. It's not really paying much sense for me to go for that. And I believe there's an issue here as well, which is, yeah, so you're going to find there's certain cars you need, but for the most part, with the cars you're getting from the daily missions and challenges and a couple purchase tickets, you can make your way through. So currently, here's the BMW season, and that's kind of cool, but I don't have the Beamer leveled up to the level that I need. And it's just one race at the moment. I'll maybe wait until I've finished more stuff. I know that I've had a really good run lately since I started season 3. I've managed to get most of this way just playing the main missions only. So no time like the present, maybe play one more. That's just an excuse for me to play the game. So you can see here, you need to follow my own advice. I've got 2 tickets that I still need, or 2 fuels that I still need to use on this car, and then I'll get the refill. With the 90-second race, I find there's usually quite a bit of time for catch-up. I try to nail the goals down as soon as possible when I start the race. So this is a time attack. I've got a certain amount of time to get to the finish line. Like I said, I'm trying to get my 600 meters of drifting done. 600, well, 900 actually. 900 isn't too bad. So drifting in the corners obviously is better. You can still pick up speed while you're drifting in the corners. It may cost you on the flats, but in a second I'm pretty much guaranteed that I'm going to get 2 tickets now, even if I don't finish this. But I should still be able to. This is a pretty quick car. You can do your flat spins just by double tapping the brake. I'm going to go for full turbo. So jump off there and hopefully get a good landing. I should have hit that ramp. That's okay. You can get double like a 2 second boost there for your time if you're running off. I seem to be doing okay. 90% through. And I'll just head straight for the line. And there we go. Finished with 10 seconds to spare. And managed to nail all 3. So you'll see that this is quite a big sum of money. But I found most often, or more often than not, if I do 3 of these, I won't get offered an advert, whereas if I do 1 or 2, quite often I will be offered an advert. And that's been a quick grindy grind through there. I found this quite fun to play. I really wish the streaming on Android would cater a bit better to audio and like actually getting the performance up. Just trying to get rid of another advert. If I was more serious about playing this game than I am already, then maybe I would consider paying to remove the normal adverts, but it seems counterintuitive at this point. Um, there are some legend passes, which I believe would give me a pass for a couple of weeks and quite a lot of boosts. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think part of the fun of playing this game for me is seeing what I can get and what I can do without actually paying. Um, but yeah, that's a quick run through of the game. Trying to think if there's anything else. I haven't showed multiplayer. You can do 2 different types of series. Those are quite fun. You'll see there's usually a different sets of goals. So, oh, no, thank you. So every race you do, you'll get a couple points, and those points will translate into different things. So the card packs are usually always useful. The money's been less useful, like since I've been doing the daily credit heist challenges. Um, and in addition to that, you'll get rewards depending on where you come in the actual league itself. So quite often just the entry into these things is good enough to get you something. I'd say when you're starting out, just make sure you're on the board and you'll get like some sort of top 100%. That's multiplayer, and if we go into the events, I've spoken a bit about these. Anything with a free try is quite fun, because quite often you'll get to play a car that you don't yet have. So you'll see here, I'll get, when this ends, I'll get 75,000 credits, which is a nice bump and allows you to do a couple of things. But even the first time you play it, you'll be in the top 100%, and I'll get 5 D-class cards, and I'll get 5 rare parts for them. So that's usually like really good, and you can just do a couple races and actually get quite a lot of advantages. That's an S-class pack. Huh. I should try go for 3 knockdowns in this. I'm pretty sure I have a car for it, because I can play any of these. Once you've used up the cars, they'll take a while to refill, so you can see this is going to take forever. You can pay for it or watch adverts for it. Um, so watching an advert decreases time by 20% or pay 50 credits. These are really hard to come by. You can get about 100 a day. So I wouldn't waste them on refilling a car, rather just use a different car. And I haven't touched on the season yet. So seasonal events, these should be cool for getting cars. I've actually really enjoyed this seasonal event. It's the first time that I've seen an event like this. You kind of just keep doing it and you get these car hunt event packs. So each time I race this, I will do it in my E10s just because I know it's kind of predictable, reliable, and I boost the whole way. So even without the top speed, like my A-class car can't even get the same speeds as, well, my B-class car can't even get the same speeds as this. Knowing the levels does actually help a lot. So certain cuts through the level are just faster. And if you can boost your way out, if you can get your drifting right, you can avoid hitting walls. That's quite costly speed-wise. And get your boost at the right time, and that will get you to the end quick. Oh, I think I was meant to get under 42 seconds, which I did not do. Oh, 44. There we go. So I get all three card packs here. And this is meant to be getting me the Paywall MKX Nagari 500, which would be really cool. But quite often these packs aren't giving me the car. They give me money, and there's the upgrade. So this is the first time that I haven't been like waiting for upgrade import parts, and it's quite cool that these were just flying through. So I was able to upgrade a lot of my cars to the maximum that I can take them to star level wise at the moment. Some of the other ones that you can do, so the more normal seasonal events that I've seen. Oh, not there. Mispress. This Vision one is quite cool. This is sort of the A-class car that I'm trying to get at the moment. You can do these stages. It actually uses a whole bunch of different cars, so you can try the different ones at different points. And it's kind of a bit grindy. You're trying to beat the race time, win the race. So I'll give this one more go. Something to realize, you've got two things. So in addition to the fuel, you've got tickets. And when you're paying anything but the career and multiplayer, you'll be using tickets. And some of the things where you can get uh, cool prizes will use two tickets, and some of the normal ones one ticket. I think generally, if you're using a car that is sort of being loaned to you or free try, you'll find you get less. You'll pay two, and then the ones where you're using your own cars, you'll get one. Using your own car can be harder because you might not have it as leveled up as you would want. Um, Keeping in mind what you're going for is always a good idea. Sometimes you may not actually even want to win the race. You're just looking for a specific time or specific speed. There, you saw me turbo there, which got me the two explosions. That got me some extra boost. I'm not running too far behind this guy. Um, Sometimes the middle path is actually the best instead of taking the outer path. Oof. And the reason for that is that on the middle part, if you do a flat spin 360 like that, you can actually get both of the boosts. If you can get your boost all run out before you get onto a flat, sometimes that helps quite a lot as well. Yo, everyone's quite far ahead of me, and I don't think I'm going to pull this through first. I can hope that I get the time at least, which I think was 120. So I'm not going to get both the prizes. There we go. So I got one more event done on this. And the way this works is sort of gated entry. As you finish more and more of the tasks, you get more and more of the pieces you need, and that slowly adds up into getting you to the next level. So you see I've made it through to stage 10, 11, 12. 12 I just opened. And now I've got a whole bunch of things. So meters drifted, I can do that. Shockwaves, I can do that. Beating the race time, I'll see if I can do that. Also saw that there was a prize to claim. So 20,000 free credits, better than shaking a stick at. And now I'd need to do 3 races for these. So I know that finishing the race, the meters drifted, and the shockwaves I can do in one. Winning the race and beating the race time, I probably need a bit more experience at. And a fun little hack for the shockwaves is you can get these out the way super quick and then not worry about them anymore. What we'll do is, as we start, I'll wait for my meter to get up to full. So this is one of the more interesting races. If you trailing the people well, then you'll see that there's some blue tracks on the ground. So that's my first shockwave. So I'll get my drift up. So once I hit 600 drift, I know that I'm going to get the 1 mark. There we go. Double tap, and then go straight into a drift. Double tap, go straight into a drift. And now I've done a couple shockwaves here. I think that was enough. Okay. Should have gone for the starter. So when you have the people trailing, they're able to do that same speed up that you were doing. 76%. You can see your distance in the top right. Quite useful to keep track of. And then if I boost, I hate this round circle at the end. Everyone always overtakes me in here. But I'm keeping track on the map. And it seems I'm all good. So I would have got the win. Oh, there's one of my daily goals completed, which is quite cool. So I can see I nailed quite a few of the things here. All of them. So if I could do that 3 times in a row, I'd actually have all of these tickets. Since that went so well, let's give it one more. Yeah, you'll see I get all these special packs. That's very cool. And I have 2 more rides. Wonder if I got lucky. That felt really good. Nothing like doing well and then going back to show how badly I can do on the second run. I find starting with the boost, it normally helps. Maybe do slightly more organic shockwaves this time. Feel like I'm doing alright. So the problem is everyone will catch up. My timing on that was quite good. Um, Unfortunately, just because they're going to get that extra massive speed boost and turbo boost from following. Yeah, so sometimes you have to be careful with when you're boosting. There's a chance that you come out of something a bit too fast. Um, oh, there we go. You come out of something a bit too fast, you hit a wall, you lose a lot of the advantage then. And there we go. Okay, that should be. Oh no, did I do enough drifting? I was meant to be 600 meters drifting as well. Here we go. 3 for 3. I'm waiting for the failure. With me while I'm making history. So you can see these are actually pretty good for money as well. I'm getting a Class C car that I haven't had before, as well as some import parts. And this will be good. My car's going to refill. I've used up my tickets. Um, can give that a go. This will be a first for me. If I can finish this whole stage in 3 runs, I will be pretty much blown away. I must just remember that 600 meters of drifting. There's one. Two. I think it was 3 shockwaves. You can see while I'm doing the turbo at full speed, uh, end up crashing quite a lot of the cars that come in the way. Oh no, that was not good at all. Okay, so it might not hit the time. Hopefully I can catch up. Getting that awesome turbo boost from following the guys. Into third. So first. Nice. Hopefully I can take him out. No. Hopefully I can just have enough boost to cinch it over the line. Was it all three? 1, 2, 3. I didn't beat the race time. That will, in all likelihood, actually be enough to unlock the next level. No, it wasn't. I still need one more. Ah, the one I missed. Okay. So you can see the highlight there, the little checkboard highlighted at the top. That is the one thing that I got told about while I was playing. So I can go claim my 5A credits here. If I played some multiplayer, I'll get those 3 as well. So yeah, that's pretty much this game. A ton of fun to play. Can definitely recommend giving it a go if you've got an Android phone. There's a couple options that can make it easier to play. Game settings, just for the purpose of streaming. I've set the music down. I've put it into performance mode, but it has other modes as well. And yeah, fun game. Get back to the start screen. So give it a go. If you're enjoying it, let me know. If you're not enjoying it, let me know. I've been playing the Legends series for the Asphalt series for quite a long time now. I've always been a sucker for car games. and it's quite cool to see something this level of quality. Honestly, it's one of the best looking games I've ever seen on mobile. If you think there's any others that are better, let me know. Another mobile game that I think is absolutely phenomenal is Legends as well. Um, and that game also sort of over the shoulder FPS type, well, over the shoulder shooter. Um, Also a bit grindy and stuff, but a lot of fun. You can get through most of the career without ever having to pay or buy anything. So those are two games that I've really enjoyed. But yeah, for purposes of today, I was just wanting to show this one, and I hope you enjoyed seeing it, and I hope you give it a go and have some fun playing it. Thanks for watching. If you want to know anything about the streaming stuff, let me know. If you have any suggestions for how I can get audio into my PC streaming, let me know. All things that I would be interested in from hearing from you. Thanks a lot. Um, See you on the next stream.